Generative AI is transforming industries, but 49% of companies still need help with early stage implementation. To know more about their report, we have Roland Berger's Damian Duhakier. Damian, how are companies implementing Gen AI today?
If you look at the World Economic Forum, they predict that by 2028, 25% of jobs will change. Now, the reality is quite different. I would qualify it as high excitement, very low adoption. If you look at the details, you have 80% of companies that are considering GenAI as a priority. But when you look at companies that are really reporting that they are using GenAI, it's down to 40%. And only 19% of them are considering they are mature. It goes down to 4% for industrial and manufacturing. So quite a low adoption while people are really looking to embrace it.
It's surprising to have really low numbers. What hinders companies from advancing Gen AI beyond, let's say, the immature stage?
So when we ask companies why, what's hindering them from developing and implementing GenAI, they commonly mention five key reasons. The first one is a data challenge. Basically, 60 to 70% of enterprise consider that it's very difficult to have clean data and have a high quality enough to enable GenAI model. The second reason is resistance to change. 55% of employees are somehow concerned about their job security and the disruption that GenAI will create. Third reason is probably talent shortage. More than 50% of companies consider that it's difficult for them to recruit AI talent and find it as a major obstacle. Lack of strategic direction is also a key element that's regularly mentioned. And I would say the last one, which we have seen in the last couple of years, is probably regulatory and ethical concerns. Now, my take on that is that it's not just about this implementation challenge, but I think the more critical reason why companies are facing difficulties in implementing GenAI is that they have a lot of difficulties in identifying the appropriate use case. And that's a primary barrier for GenAI adoption.
And so, in order to address these challenges that you've mentioned, what can companies do in order to mature Gen AI faster?
So there are generally three key elements that are required for AI-driven transformation. First one is about organization setup, second one is about people, and the third one is about infrastructure. In terms of organization, we do believe that GenAI must be governed and steered centrally with a strategic unit that allows full alignment with the corporate strategy, but also, maybe more important, allows to best use the scarce AI talent. The second dimension is really about people. As I mentioned earlier, there are a number of people that are fearing for job security. So a reskilling plan is quite important as well as change management. Finally, infrastructure must be robust. The potential of AI is high, but it's high when you are talking about scaling. So solid data foundation are required as well as a very flexible architecture that can orchestrate not only proprietary tools, but also third-party solution. In our view, GenAI is not just a trend, it's here to stay, and companies need to act now. We see five key things that they need to do to embrace the GenAI transformation. First one is align their vision and aspiration on GenAI with the company strategy. Secondly is make GenAI a priority and ensure that they have a strategic unit that reports directly at C-level. Thirdly, as I mentioned before, identify the high potential business case and ensure there is a ROI on every case. Fourthly, it's about scaling up GenAI and not just doing proof of concept. And finally, I think it's really about prioritizing the change and upskilling the workforce.
Thank you so much for these helpful recommendations, and thank you for joining us today, Damian.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Damian Duhakier, Managing Partner at Roland Berger, Southeast Asia. For more news, visit asianbusinessreview.com.